Scorpio October 2025. This gift does not come immediately. It is hidden behind challenges, and only those brave enough can receive it. So what is that?
Scorpio, in October 2025, the universe is preparing to send you an unexpected financial blessing. But remember this well, the gift will not arrive in the form you expect. It won't be a winning lottery ticket, nor will it be a miracle falling from the sky. Instead, this blessing is hidden behind a layer of challenge, a journey you must walk through in order to receive it. And the most mysterious part, what you thought was a loss or a setback, may turn out to be the very key that unlocks this hidden wealth. This is the hidden blessing, the secret fortune the October eclipse and World Year 9 are bringing to Scorpio. This October, when the eclipse casts its shadow, it won't just take away the light, it will strip away illusions, forcing you to face the truth. Only then will the universe place the reward in your hands. Now, to align with the Scorpio energy and amplify its resonance, I invite you to take part in a small ritual right now. Comment your birth date below. Each time a Scorpio does this, our circle of energy expands, our collective power strengthens, and together, we open the gateway to receive the financial blessing. The universe has prepared the cosmic context, eclipse, and hidden wealth. To understand why Scorpio is being granted a special financial blessing in October 2025, we must first look at the larger astrological landscape. This month, the solar eclipse occurs on the Scorpio-Taurus axis, the axis of wealth, values, and power. Taurus represents personal assets, what you own, accumulate, and become attached to. Scorpio, in contrast, rules shared resources, hidden wealth, joint finances, investments, and transformation through loss. That's why, when the eclipse activates this axis, it shakes the very foundation of your financial and value systems, not to destroy them, but to reveal what's been hidden beneath. The first effect: the eclipse brings to light concealed financial resources. It could be money you thought was gone, a missed financial opportunity, or unexpected support from someone you never imagined. As the shadow falls, what lies in the dark rises to the surface, and Scorpio, among all signs, has the power to look directly into that darkness. The second effect: the eclipse activates what we call hidden blessings, blessings that don't appear clearly on the surface. Sometimes these are spiritual assets, a skill, a talent, or a quiet patience you've been cultivating, which now suddenly becomes a financial advantage. Other times, it's a karmic debt finally repaid, a cycle completed, and the reward: a new opportunity, a cleaner, stronger flow of financial energy. And if you're wondering, why is finance always tied to Scorpio's destiny? Here's why. Scorpio rules the 8th house in astrology, the house of transformation, death, and rebirth, but also of shared money, power, and hidden influence. This is why Scorpio is never about just earning money to survive. For you, finances are always intertwined with power, control, and the ability to rise from the ashes of crisis. So in October 2025, the eclipse hits this exact pressure point. What you once thought was a loss may turn out to be the key to unlocking an entirely new financial reality. Because for Scorpio, darkness is never the end. Darkness is where you find your treasure, the meaning of a hidden financial blessing. Scorpio, when I say that in October 2025 you may receive a hidden financial blessing, I'm not talking about winning the lottery or a miracle falling from the sky. This is not random luck. For Scorpio, the universe never gives you anything the easy way. Your blessings often come after the trial, through the darkness, not before. This means that the gift of October may not appear right away. It is concealed, buried deep, and only when you reach your limit, when you're forced to break through a door within yourself, will you finally see it. This is the essence of a hidden financial blessing. There are 3 forms this blessing may take for Scorpio this month. 1. Inheritance or ancestral support. This could be a sudden inheritance, a forgotten family asset, or silent support from a relative. Sometimes it's not direct money, but an invisible wealth, a teaching, a relationship, or a foundation your family passed down. For Scorpio, roots carry power. And in October, part of your financial blessing may arise from your bloodline, from a legacy you thought had gone dormant. 2. A hidden career or partnership opportunity. A door will open, but not where you're looking. It could be a quiet collaboration, a discreet project, or a career shift you initially overlooked. Only when you step back and observe with Scorpio's intuition will you realize, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for. Key insight. This opportunity won't be loud or obvious. It's like a narrow path in the dark, seen only by those with the patience to perceive it. 3. A debt that becomes the key. It may sound ironic, but sometimes the gift arrives disguised as a burden. You may have to pay off a lingering debt, face a tough financial truth, or feel pushed to your financial limit. But it is after this moment, once the weight is lifted, that freedom comes and a new financial gateway opens. By clearing the old debt, you also cleanse your energy, and the universe sends you a new current, stronger, purer, and more abundant. The message for Scorpio this month is clear. Adversity reveals opportunity. When you face challenges head-on, you don't just find your strength, you find the opportunities others cannot see. And remember, hidden blessings aren't for everyone. They are reserved for those brave enough to face the dark, and Scorpio, you were born for this. Scorpio Decan influence, October 2025. Not all Scorpios are the same. Depending on when you were born within the Scorpio season, the energy of the October 2025 eclipse will impact you in very different ways. Let's dive into the 3 Scorpio Decan's 3 distinct chapters in the Scorpio journey. Scorpio Decan 1, October 23, November 1. A lesson in inheritance and family wealth. If you were born between October 23 and November 1, you belong to Scorpio Decan 1, the group that opens Scorpio season, carrying the most primal energy of this sign. You're often strong, deeply intuitive, determined, and capable of digging to the bottom of any truth. But because you embody the initiating energy of the sign, you're also the first to confront the burdens and legacies passed down from your family. In October 2025, as the solar eclipse activates the Scorpio-Taurus axis, the central theme for Decan 1 is inheritance and family wealth. This could manifest as tangible assets, land, money, an inheritance, or as intangible forms. Responsibilities, expectations, and generational pressures you never consciously chose. The eclipse exposes real responsibilities and false burdens. Scorpio Decan 1 tends to be loyal and deeply rooted. You're someone who naturally feels responsible for upholding family traditions, protecting legacy, or even continuing the path laid out by your parents. This is both a strength and a trap. The October 2025 eclipse will act like a mirror, forcing you to face a critical question. What responsibilities are truly mine, and which ones am I carrying on behalf of others? For example, you may be expected to take over the family business, even though your heart longs for something else. You may be the one managing finances, land, or relatives, not because you want to, but because you're seen as the voice of reason. You may feel obligated to care for your parents or extended family to the point of sacrificing your personal freedom. The eclipse will illuminate these scenarios. It will push you to realize not every burden is your destiny, and not every legacy is worth holding onto. The hidden blessing within the lesson of inheritance. But remember, eclipses don't just take things away. They always carry a hidden blessing. For Scorpio Decan 1, that blessing lies in setting clear boundaries. Only when you have the courage to say no, to walk away from a role that isn't truly yours, do you unlock your real financial potential. Sometimes the gift is material. You receive support or inheritance that was once withheld, now released because you've matured into your own authority. Other times, the blessing is intangible. The freedom to start your own path, no longer living as a shadow of your lineage. And often, the greatest gift is emotional relief, the release from burdens that were never yours to begin with. Your true wealth in October isn't found by holding onto everything it's discovered, by choosing what to keep and what to let go. A real-life example. I once met a Scorpio born on October 25, a true Decan 1. He was the eldest son in a family with a long-standing wood business. From a young age, he was expected to take over, manage the company, and preserve the family name. But deep down, he dreamed of becoming an interior designer. He loved art, space, and creative design. For years, he was torn between obligation and passion. Then came the pivotal moment his father passed away, and the family gathered to divide the estate. Everyone expected him to step in. That was his personal eclipse moment, the point where the light vanished and truth came forward. And he made a different choice. He didn't take over the company directly. Instead, he hired a professional management team and used his inheritance to invest in his dream. Today, he not only honors his family's values, but has built a career that's fully his own. That is the hidden blessing of Scorpio Decan 1. Prosperity comes when you choose the path that truly belongs to you. Reflective questions for Scorpio Decan 1 October 2025. Ask yourself, am I carrying this responsibility because I truly want to, or because I'm afraid of disappointing others? Which parts of my inheritance serve as foundations and which are chains I need to break? Am I living as my true self or just continuing someone else's dream? These questions aren't easy, but answering them is the key to unlocking your hidden wealth. Conclusion for Decan 1. For Scorpio Decan 1, October 2025, will be a moment of reckoning with legacy and responsibility. The eclipse acts as an invisible hand pulling back the curtain, showing you clearly which seeds are meant to be planted and which chains are meant to be broken. Remember, you are not just a successor. You are a free soul with the right to define your own values. And when you step out of the shadow of your lineage, that's when you'll find your hidden financial blessing, whether in money, opportunity, or simply the freedom to live as your most authentic self. For Scorpio Decan 1, your blessing this October lies not in what you are given, but in how you choose what to keep and what to release. Scorpio Decan 2, November 2, November 11, career and financial power. If you were born between November 2 and November 11, you belong to Scorpio Decan 2, the Scorpio of power, ambition, and public image. In astrology, this decan is heavily influenced by Jupiter and Neptune, planets associated with expansion, aspiration, and grand vision. This gives you a deep inner drive to make your mark in the world, to rise in status, and to take control of your financial destiny. In October 2025, as the solar eclipse activates the Scorpio-Taurus axis, all cosmic light is focused on your career and your relationship with power. You may feel like you're sitting at a massive chessboard, where every move you make could shift your long-term position. Opportunity comes with challenge. This month may bring a job offer, a new collaboration, or a surprising project. It might come from an old friend, a long-time associate, or an unexpected source that leaves you asking, "Am I ready to leave my comfort zone?" But here's the truth. Every opportunity in October carries two sides. It's like a golden door, but what lies behind it could be triumph or a bigger challenge than you anticipated. The universe, especially with Scorpio, never gives anything for free. You'll have to pay with courage, with risk, and with a willingness to step into the unknown. For example, you may be in a stable job with steady income, but a new project arises promising more power, more wealth. The eclipse will ask, "Do I dare trade today's safety for tomorrow's potential?" The chessboard of power. Imagine this. In October, you're sitting in front of a cosmic chessboard. One wrong move, you may lose your position, reputation, or financial stability. One right move, you could gain a completely new form of power, not just wealth, but control over your own destiny. Scorpio Decan too often possesses sharp intuition, but can be swept away by ambition. This is the eclipse's test. To slow you down, deepen your insight, and make you ask the real questions. Money, a tool or a trap? The eclipse poses a central question to Decan 2. Is money serving your mission, or are you becoming a servant to it? If you let ambition lead blindly, you may fall into a trap. Earning more money, but losing your freedom, your health, or the relationships that truly matter. But if you use money to support a greater vision, you can build a powerful, grounded foundation for the next 9-year cycle. This eclipse is the test. Will you control the money, or will money control you? A real-life story. I remember a Scorpio born on November 5, a true Decan 2. He worked in finance with a high income and a solid position. But during an eclipse years ago, he was invited to join a new startup. The offer was tempting, high potential rewards, but also high risk. He faced a hard choice: stay safe or step into uncertainty. After many sleepless nights, he chose to leave his comfort zone. The startup didn't become a huge success immediately, but it opened doors, connections, and momentum. A few years later, he owned his own company. Had he said no back then, he might still be fine, but living in quiet regret. That's the lesson for Scorpio Decan too. Opportunities are never perfect. They are always laced with risk. And sometimes, power only comes when you dare to gamble. Reflection questions for Scorpio Decan 2 October 2025. Is this opportunity meant to elevate me or to test my discipline? Am I earning money for a bigger purpose or just to prove my worth? If I don't take this chance now, will I regret it years from today? The power I seek, is it external, or does it come from mastering myself? Conclusion for Decan 2. For Scorpio Decan 2, October 2025 is a career-defining turning point. It will feel like you're playing a chess match with the universe, and every move you make will ripple through the years ahead. Don't forget, money is only a tool, and power is only a means. What matters more is whether you're building a meaningful life or letting success consume you. The eclipse will tempt you with sweet promises and hidden risks. Only by staying intuitive, clear, and grounded can you make the right move. And that move will unlock your hidden financial blessing, the gift the universe has hidden just for you. Scorpio Decan 2, remember, October isn't just another month. It is the board of destiny. And you are the one holding the pieces. Scorpio Decan 3, November 12, November 21. Relationships and shared finances. If you were born between November 12 and November 21, you belong to Scorpio Decan 3, the Scorpio of deep connections, shared financial ties, and powerful transformation. This Decan is often associated with intense partnerships, joint investments, such as in marriage, contracts, or business, and soul-level lessons in trust. In October 2025, as the solar eclipse activates the Scorpio-Taurus axis, the full force of cosmic light shines directly on your relationships and shared resources. This is a time when you can no longer avoid the truth. Who deserves to walk beside you, and who is merely taking advantage? Everything will come to light. The eclipse a mirror reflecting the truth. Scorpio Decan 3 tends to struggle with trust, but once you give it, you give everything. Your time, energy, money, even your soul. This makes you prone to deep but risky entanglements. The October eclipse will act like a mirror revealing truths you've been unwilling to face. A past relationship may return, forcing you to ask, do I still want to invest in this person? A financial partner might suddenly raise an issue, making you see clearly. Who's truly building with me and who's just draining my resources? A long-avoided contract or agreement may surface, pushing you to make a final decision. For Decan 3, truth can be painful, but it also sets you free. The hidden blessing boundaries create abundance. What's unique about your hidden financial blessing is that it won't come from gaining more but from learning to say no. When you clearly define your boundaries, your financial flow becomes cleaner and stronger. You release relationships that drain your energy and money. You retain only partners who bring true value and share your goals. You realize that real wealth isn't about how much you earn, but who you choose to earn it with. This is a signature blessing for Scorpio Decan 3. When you release toxic ties, You open the door to a more powerful, aligned financial future. A real-life story. I once worked with a Scorpio born on November 15, a classic Decan 3. She co-founded a business with a childhood friend. They trusted each other deeply and invested jointly. But over time, red flags appeared. Unclear expenses, diminishing profits, and signs her partner was using company funds for personal gain. She tried to ignore it, afraid of losing a lifelong friendship. But eventually, it all came to light and she had to make a choice. Continue and risk everything or walk away to protect herself. She chose to walk away. It was a shock at first. But within a year, she relaunched her business with new, transparent, trustworthy partners. This time, the company grew faster, healthier, and with greater potential. That was the Eclipse's hidden blessing, the end of one connection, making space for something far better. Reflection questions for Scorpio Decan 3 October 2025. Am I holding onto this relationship out of true connection or just fear of letting go? Who's building with me and who's using me? If I had the courage to say no, what would I set myself free from? Am I sacrificing my financial freedom just to keep a relationship that's already falling apart? Conclusion for Decan 3. Scorpio Decan 3, October 2025 is a defining moment for your relationships and shared financial life. The eclipse will shine a light, perhaps painfully, on truths you've ignored. But in that light, you'll clearly see who is worthy of staying. Your hidden blessing won't come from clinging to everything. It will come from the courage to release. When you set clear boundaries and keep only what's healthy, your finances and energy will be liberated, stronger than ever. And more than that, you'll realize true wealth isn't just about money. It's about balanced, nourishing partnerships where both people grow, contribute, and rise together. Scorpio Decan 3. This October, your gift isn't a bag of gold falling from the sky. Your gift is liberation. And from that freedom, a pure and sustainable financial flow begins. Dear Scorpio, each decan carries its own lesson. But what unites all of them is this: in October, you cannot hide. The eclipse demands truth, whether in family, career, or relationships. And only when you have the courage to face it will your hidden financial blessing finally reveal itself. Connecting Numerology and Life Path, October 2025. Dear Scorpio, to fully understand the meaning of October 2025, we must look not only through the lens of astrology, but also through the sacred mirror of numerology. The year 2025 is a world year 9, the number of completion, cleansing, and the closing of old doors. It's a time to finish karmic cycles, to repay spiritual, financial, and emotional debts from the previous chapter. After 2025, we enter World Year 1, 2026, the beginning of a brand new 9-year cycle. This means what you choose, release, and initiate this year will shape your journey from 2026 to 2035. For Scorpio, this transition is even more powerful because your sign is already associated with transformation and rebirth. But it becomes especially profound if you carry one of the following life path numbers: 8, 9, or 11. Life Path 8, wealth and power through trials. If you're a Scorpio with Life Path 8, October 2025 will feel like a major financial test from the universe. In numerology, the number 8 symbolizes power, money, and karmic law. It never grants wealth easily. Instead, it challenges you to learn mastery over finances, control over authority, and the discipline to use power as a tool, not a trap. Only when you prove yourself capable of managing these forces does wealth truly become yours. In World Year 9, especially under the energy of the October eclipse, Scorpios with Life Path 8 may encounter disruptions such as a delayed financial deal, a conflict over shared resources or authority, or a situation that forces you to completely restructure your income and investments. These experiences might feel like setbacks at first, but they are not punishments. They are catalysts. Storms don't come to sink you, they come to teach you how to steer. Consider the story of David, a Scorpio born on November 3, a textbook Life Path 8. He worked in real estate and had always been confident, sharp, and successful in negotiations. But during a World Year 9, he lost a major contract due to a policy change. It nearly wiped out his working capital, forcing him to sell assets and rethink his business model. At first, the loss seemed devastating, but the crisis became an opportunity. David downsized, refined his strategy, focused on quality over quantity, and became more efficient. Within 6 months, not only had he recovered, but his leaner, more focused approach attracted a new investor and delivered better profits than before. This is the core truth of Life Path 8. Power and prosperity are not handed to you. They are earned through resilience, wisdom, and strategic action under pressure. If you can stand your ground, recalibrate, and learn how to lead with clarity, the universe will reward you with even greater influence than before. For Scorpio Life Path 8, the message of October 2025 is clear. Don't fear financial tests. These moments are not here to break you. They are here to reveal how strong, capable, and powerful you already are. And when you face the storm with integrity, power becomes not something you chase, but something you embody. Life Path 9, clearing financial karma. If you're a Scorpio with Life Path 9, the year 2025, and especially October under the influence of the eclipse, will mark a profoundly important phase of your journey. In numerology, the number 9 symbolizes completion, compassion, and karmic resolution. It represents the end of one cycle before a new one can begin. This makes World Year 9, 2025, a powerful mirror for anyone with Life Path 9, as if the universe is saying, "It's time to close the old door, settle your karmic debts, and prepare for the next chapter." For Scorpio Life Path 9, October 2025 may bring situations such as a long-standing financial debt that can no longer be postponed and must now be repaid in full, an unresolved responsibility from years ago resurfacing for final closure, a project or venture you've held onto emotionally, but now must release. At first, these moments may feel painful, like loss, grief, or regret, but they are not punishments. They are part of a cleansing ritual. Once you clear these old entanglements, you'll experience something rare, a clean slate, wide open and ready for World Year 1, 2026 and your next 9-year cycle. Let's consider the story of Emma, born on November 14, a quintessential Scorpio Life Path 9. Years ago, Emma borrowed a large sum to start a business. The project failed, and she carried that debt for years, avoiding full repayment and only making small installments. In the world year 9, especially during the October eclipse, everything came to a head. The lender demanded final settlement. Legal pressure mounted. Emma could no longer delay. She was forced to sell off some personal assets and shut down side projects just to gather the funds. It was a shock, but also a turning point. Once the debt was repaid, Emma felt lighter than she had in years. With no lingering fear or burden, she began rebuilding her career with clarity and fresh energy. Within a year, her new business began thriving, not because she was doing more, but because her energy was now clear and unblocked. That is the hidden blessing of Life Path 9. Freedom comes after you have the courage to close the past. For Scorpio Life Path 9, October 2025 will be a month of resolution and purification. You'll be asked to face your debts, both tangible and intangible, but trust that once you do, the universe will reward you with a new kind of beginning. Your blessing won't come as instant cash. It will arrive as a new financial flow, clean, sustainable, and aligned with your growth. The message is simple. When you release the weight of the past, you unlock the door to new wealth and freedom. Life Path 11 Awakening. Finance as a spiritual responsibility. Life Path 11 is one of the master numbers in numerology. It carries the doubled energy of the number 1, individuality, initiation, and willpower, but it's also infused with deep intuition, spiritual insight, and soul purpose. Those with this path often feel a powerful inner calling, not just to live for themselves, but to guide, uplift, and create meaningful value for others. If you're a Scorpio with Life Path 11, October 2025 will act as a profound wake-up call. The solar eclipse, taking place within world year 9, a year of closure, will illuminate a fundamental truth. Your finances are inseparable from your spiritual mission. This means money isn't meant to serve ego, excess, or accumulation for its own sake. Money is meant to flow through you in service of something greater, such as supporting others through times of difficulty, building spaces or communities rooted in spiritual values, investing in projects that spread light, knowledge, or long-term benefit to society. If you chase money purely for personal gain, this eclipse may make it feel like a burden, heavy, anxiety-inducing, and full of pressure. But if you treat money as a tool for light, you will not only find wealth, but also alignment with universal support. Consider the story of Michael, a Scorpio born on November 18, a classic Life Path 11. He was a successful entrepreneur in tech and earned a great deal of money. But the more he earned, the more empty he felt. Comfort came, but peace did not. Then, during a world year 9, his company hit a crisis, forcing him to lay off several employees. That night, watching his team leave with fear in their eyes, Michael had a moment of awakening. Money only matters when it's connected to responsibility and compassion. He began changing how he led. He used profits to retrain staff and redirected investment into green tech that benefited the community. The results were extraordinary. Not only did the business recover, but Michael himself felt a sense of peace and purpose. And strangely enough, the more he used money for higher purposes, the more money returned to him through investments, partnerships, and public trust. For Scorpio Life Path 11, October 2025 is a sacred checkpoint. Ask yourself, am I earning just for myself or to serve something greater? Is money becoming a weight, or am I transforming it into a vehicle for light? Can I believe that when I use money wisely and with integrity, it will return to me even more abundantly? Remember, money is also energy. It flows best where there is movement, clarity, and true value. When you hoard it, it stagnates. But when you allow it to move through you toward your soul mission, it becomes an unstoppable current. The message for Scorpio Life Path 11 is this: money doesn't belong to you, it moves through you. And when you use it in service of light, it will return to you even more. Summary hidden financial blessing for Scorpio in October 2025. Dear Scorpio, October 2025 is not just another month on the calendar. It is a threshold, a cosmic gateway between one completed cycle and another about to begin. This eclipse will not only illuminate the sky, it will shine light on your heart and your finances, helping you see clearly the lesson, the hidden blessing, and the path you must choose. For those with Life Path 8, challenge will come first. Money and power will only arrive when you prove your strength and capacity to lead. This is your moment to show the universe that money is a tool in your hands, not a chain around your neck. For those with Life Path 9, October is a ritual of release. You'll be asked to close out unresolved debts, financial, emotional, or unfinished commitments. It may feel painful at first, but the moment you let go, a new current of freedom and prosperity will begin to flow. For those with Life Path 11, this is your clearest spiritual calling yet. Your finances are tied to your soul's mission. When you use your money to uplift others, build, support, and share light, you won't just receive material abundance. You'll gain the support and blessings of the universe itself. So take a moment now to calculate your life path number. It's simple. Add all the digits in your birth date until you reach a single digit or a master number, 11, 22, or 33. Then comment below, Scorpio plus your birth date plus your life path number. I'll return in the comments to provide personal insights and help you align more clearly with the eclipse energy. This is not just a video, it's a circle of connection among Scorpio souls. And when we share, align, and resonate together, the hidden financial blessing doesn't just open for you, it opens for all of us. Remember, October 2025, Eclipse is not here to take from you. It's here to return what you truly deserve. Your hidden financial blessing is the reward for your courage and your awakening.